Radio frequency identification, or RFID, is one of those technologies we use every day without really noticing it. It helps track stock, manage payments, monitor assets, move goods, and improve visibility across modern supply chains. But RFID did not begin as a retail or logistics tool. Its roots go much deeper. In fact, the story of RFID begins with wartime necessity, military innovation, and the urgent need to identify objects quickly and accurately at distance. The key message is simple. RFID is a hidden technology with deep military roots and a huge supply chain impact. The first real ancestor of RFID came from the Second World War. Radar could detect aircraft, but it could not tell whether that aircraft was friendly or hostile. That created a serious operational risk. Britain's answer was identification friend or foe, often called IFF. The system worked by sending out a radio signal. Aircraft fitted with a transponder would reply
After the
with
war,
a coded signal,
radio identification
confirming
did
they were
not
friendly.
disappear.
That idea
to develop
an unseen radio conversation
research
between an
defense
interrogator and
laboratories
and
is
Cold
the
War
foundation of
experimentation.
RFID.
In the
So
1950s, 60s began and with a
70s,
very clear military
scientists
need.
explored how
Identify
radio
signals
signals
could be
foe
used for
quickly.
tracking, identification, security, and asset control. A major milestone came in 1973 when Mario Cardulo patented a passive RFID transponder with built-in memory. At around the same time, organizations such as Los Alamos were experimenting with transponders for tracking materials and vehicles. RFID was moving from secret defense science towards civilian possibility. The real operational breakthrough came through military logistics. By the 1980s and 1990s, defense organizations were moving huge volumes of equipment, fuel, ammunition, spares, and supplies across the world. Paper records and barcodes were useful, but they struggled in fast-moving, complex, and hostile environments. RFID offered something powerful. It could work without line of sight. During the Gulf War, RFID was used to track tagged cargo containers at scale. This proved the technology could support real operations, not just laboratory trials. Defense became RFID's early incubator and large-scale proving ground. Once the technology became cheaper, RFID moved rapidly into civilian supply chains. Retailers, including Walmart, explored RFID for tracking pallets, cartons, and products. At the same time, defense mandates pushed suppliers to adopt the technology more widely. This helped create a broader ecosystem of RFID tags, readers, standards, and processes. From there, RFID spread into many everyday uses: contactless payment, libraries, ticketing, farming, stock control, and asset tracking. What started as a battlefield technology became part of everyday commerce. Today, RFID is everywhere, even though most people never notice it. In retail, it improves inventory accuracy and helps reduce shrinkage. In healthcare, it helps track equipment, medicines, and patient wristbands. In transport, it supports tickets, tolls, and baggage handling. In defense and agriculture, it supports visibility, traceability, and control. That is the interesting thing about RFID. It is not always visible. It does not look dramatic, but it quietly powers many of the systems that keep modern life and modern supply chains moving. The future of RFID is about becoming smarter, cheaper, and more connected. RFID is increasingly being linked to Internet of Things networks and real-time visibility platforms. Printed electronics may eventually make tags so cheap that they can be applied to many more items. In defence, RFID will continue to support control towers, asset visibility, and contested logistics. The direction of travel is clear. RFID will keep moving deeper into daily life, but it will also become more important in the background systems that support operational resilience. The next phase is smarter, cheaper, and more connected RFID. The key message from this story is that RFID moved from wartime secrecy to everyday utility. It started as a defence response to a wartime problem. Military research and logistics gave the technology the time, funding, and pressure it needed to mature. Commercial adoption then turned RFID into a supply chain backbone. Today, it quietly improves visibility, speed, accuracy, and traceability across multiple sectors. So the final question is this: if RFID already powers so much of modern life, where could your organisation use it more effectively?